Welcome back to the channel, people. Quick video tonight. I'm going to go down the garden shed bar, have a quick beer, put a perfect draft keg on, I think. First things first, a friend of mine wanted to do some printing for somebody. Friend of a friend of a friend wants me to print some flowers. I've done some stalks, or whatever they're called. And then he wants some flowers put on top. So we're in the spare room here. I'm just going to spin the camera around, show him the filament I've got, different colours. Get the boxes out, go for the colours. Box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then his friend of a friend can pick some filament, and then they can decide what they want. They want some flowers print, I think. And then I'm going to go down the bar, do a quick little chit chat, and put a keg of beer on, and we'll talk all things. I've got to say hello to a couple of old friends as well, so we'll do that first. First of all, filament actually first. Then we're going to go down the bar, say hello to a couple of friends. By the way, I'm on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera. Bought a new tripod adapter bit today, so that's good. The camera's got some updates actually, which is really, really good. Anyway, spin the camera around first, have a look at this filament, and then we'll come back. Filament. Right, these won't always be here, but you've got this lime greeny colour, you've got your white, you've got your red, you've got your blue. Right, take this mess off. It's a mess, right. These are heavy. This is what you do when you're in the 3D printing. Right, okay, that box is empty, that's good. Right, so we've got a blue there. I'll do it one-handed. Open this up. We've got our whites, a bit of a creamy colour there, a brown and a black. I'm going to get just some actual colours in a minute. Lift this box up. Take this lid off. Right, we've got our dark green there, we've got the orange, we've got the purpley pink. No, is that a pinky colour? That's a greeny colour. I have got another green, a dark green. I'm saving that for a fishing. I have got a dark green there, which is still in its wrapper. I'm saving that for a fishing project I'm working on. And this one is one of my favourite colours, but I cannot get that for love nor money at the moment. So coming back to this box here, we've got like a dark green, orange, pinky colour, a lighter green colour, and a sort of like a, what is that, a beigey colour. Right, put the lid back on that one. Lift this one up out of the way. I think I've just got blacks and browns at the bottom here, greys, because I've got this in a bit of a deal. Have a quick look. Can't really see this flipping light, can you? Yeah, greys and blacks. Right, greys and blacks, greys and blacks. Another one. I think these are all just blacks. Any black you like, as long as it's black. And then the other colour box. Now I'm sweating. Another grey, a light grey there, a red, a yellow and a brighter red. I'm out of breath. God blimey. So they're the colours I've got so far, and I can get more colours to order if required, but I'd rather not. Empty spools because you can refill these. Right, stop and pause. I'm going to shut this lid down first. This room's going to be decorated up soon. It's going to be my little YouTube studio, so it's work in progress. So please ignore the probably outdated wallpaper, pine door, and light box and cardboard stuff there. Right, let's go. Right, that's information from my mate Andy and his friends, and anybody else that's interested in what filament I've got. If you want to get a perfect rod handle printed, 3D printed, or you want to get some flowers or roses or vases printed, that's the sort of colours I'm working with at the moment. As I say, one of my favourite colours was that purpley colour, but it's out of stock at the moment, so I'm waiting to get that in. Now let's head down the bar, have a cheeky little beer, and I'll show you some bits and pieces. Let's go. Alexa, turn on pub.
Okay.
Right, welcome back to my little garden bar pub shed. We're going to have a quick beer. I'm going to put a keg of beer on. I'm going to grab one from the bottom and, yeah, because I haven't got many beers left. Get that out of the way, get this mess out of the way, that out of the way, that out of the way. I was going to wash that out. Oh, God. Shall I bother? Right, I'm putting a new pipe in anyway. I was going to wash that. Oh, that's stuck. Nice one. Bit of a mess. Let's grab a keg of beer. And whack one up. It's going to have to be one from the bottom of the stack, I think, because they're in date order, I think. I think it's going to be... Is it going to be this one? Where do we see the dates? God, they're heavy. It's got to be the Camden Hells Lager, I think. Because I know that's been sitting there for a little while, which is not a bad thing, Camden Hells. That's a pretty good beer. And then I'm going to put my hat on, I think. Put that one back there. I know the last two on top should be quite new-ish. Put that over there. Dirty glass, dirty glass. That's got to go down in the kitchen. You've seen me do this before, probably. Press this button in. Oops, let me pull that out. That's it, pull that out. That can go in the bin. Glass, get that out of the way. Get the keg, that stinks, does that? That's alright, it's the old pipe. I'll put a bloody keg of beer. That in. There's a kink in the pipe, that's no good. Apparently some people warm these pipes up in warm water because you get kinks in them. It makes your beer go a bit crap. It's not coming through there, look, it's not bending through. Come on. Epoxy. That's it. You can put that on after that metal bit if you want. Just to make it look good, I think. You've got the rubber pipe there, I think you've seen that before. I can't remember if you do this. I think you... Oh! I never know how to do that right way round. Right, that's it. There we go. I was waiting for that. No rubber O-rings on here. Yes, I have. My handle. And there, that's it. First beer. Problem is this beer, this keg is not down at temperature, it's 15. and it's going to be really heady. I might have to pour one through, to be fair. You're meant to let it settle overnight, really. I ain't drinking that. That has got to be one of the worst beers I've ever poured. So 15 degrees, that doesn't help. Oh, another glass. Hobgobbling. When that settles, that's going to be a nice beer. Bit of a head on it, that one. Look, all three of these actually. Beer handles, hotcakes. So like hotcakes. Oasis beer handle. They will settle. That's what the God. My new purchase here. This centre column of this tripod. This is an old Manfrotto tripod which I use. I've got a decent Manfrotto one. Well, I've got one up the loft, decent one, a thick, heavy one. A Manfrotto B3 tripod, but I've also got this small old one. I lost the centre column. I had this ball head already. I lost the centre column. I went on a website and found that they do spares. I think that's 30 quid. So I'm going to leave this tripod down here now. And if you're interested, I thought I'd let you know. Right, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for popping along. That's better, settling down. This is not a live, this is just a quick little vlog down in a little pub, shed garden bar. Changed the beer over, got to have another tied up this weekend. I think stuff thrown everywhere. I still haven't got rid of these glasses. I've got to get this shit. And also I want to clean out that perfect draft machine. That beer was a bit heady. They are, when you first put them on, to be expected. And also you meant to let them chill down, really. They're, I should have left them outside, I suppose, but didn't want to get more manky and slugs and bugs. We have a fox that sets a camera off out the front every single bleeding night. We've got a house surrounded by blink cameras, because if you watch my videos, you know I love my old blink cameras, and I did have some perfect draft beers going missing off the doorstep at one point, so that hasn't happened since, thankfully. You can't afford to lose beer. Good beer. I put a keg on at last, and it's a nice bloody drop. I know it looked a bit heady. It's settled down, and like I say, it needed to be chilled really. It's at 15 degrees. But if you pour one into the other, yeah, well, it's got to go indoors. That go in the dishwasher. Cheers, people. That's a nice drop of beer, that. That is a nice drop of beer. And the other glass, where's that? Get that over here. Wank's not, want not. I'll pour that in as well. And then we'll have a beer and a quick chat. Just wanted to say hello to some old friends of mine. In my career, I have met a few people. Some decent, some not all decent. And it's weird, isn't it? There's a guy I keep in touch with every now and again. I don't hear from him for about 2 or 3 years. But we're doing a similar job at the moment. My old mate, Groomy, Darren Groom. Oh, quick shout out. Right, at the very beginning of this video, I've done a little tour, or a little flick through the filaments that I have, the colours I have at the moment, because a friend of mine, Andy, has got a friend that wants some flowers printed up. And these little rose buds and stuff and some vases. So they're the colours I've got. So, and if you're watching, let me know. I'll send you a link to this video. Let me know what colours you fancy. There was one colour was on the floor, the fadey salmony colour one, but I've run out of that, which is one of my favourite ones, but or the ladies' favourite ones. Now, where's Groomy? My old mate Groomy. Can you mention me? Oh, look, he wants a shout out. I normally charge for these shout outs. So my old mate Dan Groom, for the good old days, I worked with him years and years ago. When you in my working career and in my sort of lifetime, you're probably the same as me. You meet people in different jobs. You get friendly with some, not as friendly with some. There's a few guys at my old firm I used to work at years and years and years ago, and I reckon I haven't seen them for years and years and years. And I reckon if I bumped into them tomorrow, we could have a beer and a chat. We'd be like old mates. So I'd say they're more than work colleagues, they're mates. Would they go to my funeral though? Don't know. Not that I'm everyone anytime soon, hopefully. But anyway, so Darren Groom, shout out to Darren Groom. Now I feel a bit embarrassed because he did say, and remember Eddie Smith. Now I would if I saw a picture. I know Reedy, my old mate Ian Reid. So shout out to Darren Groom, Groomy, Ian Reedy, and Eddie Smith. How you doing, people? Thank you for popping along. So I'll make sure you like and subscribe. Well, don't even like. If you don't like it, you don't have to like it. But subscribe is great. Helps the algorithms, apparently. Helps me earn shitloads more money. On that note, I did have a call from the taxman today, but that's another story. Yeah. But it's been sorted. Because I earn so much money doing this. But anyway. Cheers. That is the nice... Yeah, it's good. It's good. I was a bit worried about these beers going out of date. It needs to be chilled. It doesn't need to be chilled more. Right, yeah, tripod. I bought some spares. So this tripod's staying down the old shed now, and I've got my other tripod upstairs in the spare room. My other tripod's up the loft. I'm going to get that down, I think, to sell it. I no longer really do the 360-degree tours. I mean, everyone's in... Broadband's so good now. Wi-Fi and broadband's so good now. A lot of businesses are doing... A lot of businesses are doing videos, really, as opposed to 360 stuff. Google don't really promote it anymore. For those that watch my old videos a few years back, and I still do them privately every now and again, I did do. If people ask me to do a 360 virtual tour of their property, I used to go with a camera, a DSLR camera, panoramic head, take a load of serious photographs, stitch them together. Great fun, I had all the software, earned a lot of money out of it in the old days. Not so much now. I've done a few jobs last year, and it highlights your Google business listing and all that, but Google don't really promote it too much anymore. And the quality of video cameras and phones and the quality of photographs and the videos on phones is so high now, you can literally do like just a walk round tour. The only advantage with the at the time it had a few advantages, the 360 tours. One of the advantages was that Google, obviously a massive search engine, Google would promote that listing. They don't really anymore. It's anyone's it's hit and miss, really. I suppose now they promote ones that people that pay for to be high up in the listings, really. It's paid ads. So they don't really promote that anymore. And also, the only real advantage of the tours is that literally the user can click on the photograph and look around and stuff like that. If you ever go on Google Maps, there's a little tiny man in the bottom right-hand corner. You can left click on him and drag him onto the map. You'll see a load of little blue dots. Drop on a dot and that'll be a 360 image or tour. A 360 image being one where you can look around, a tour being one where you can link to one another. But then you probably don't even know about this little man, and the little dots, because Google never promoted that properly either. That sort of died a death. In actual fact, at the weekend, I might shut up the loft, grab my huge Manfrotto tripod, panoramic head, and might start listing a few bits on eBay and clearing it all out, and maybe pile the money into videography gear. I love my old video cameras now, but I'm only down to I'm down to the 2 now. I did have 4, got rid of all my GoPros, but I haven't got an action cam now, so when I go back on the old fishing bank, I do need like a waterproof action cam. 2 cameras I'm using most at the moment are my Sony ZV-E10. I was sent through a free gift. I've got to do a video tomorrow or at the weekend. A wireless microphone for that, so I'm going to sort that out at the weekend, and I will be getting the ZV-E10 out. But I love that camera, flip out screen, blah blah blah. But honestly, for what I want, these little DJI Osmo Pocket 3s, it's like I'm shooting 4K 30 frames per second at the moment. If I've got face tracking switched on, if I tap on there a couple of times, is that face tracking? No, I'm just wobbling side to side here. Track it twice. That's it. Face tracking enabled. There you go. I mean, how cool is that? Look, you know what I mean? it's just tracking you, and it comes with the combo. Creator combo comes with a wireless microphone with a dead cat or whatever you want to call it, a wind muffler thing on it. These cameras are fantastic. The DJI Osmo 3. It had an update the other day, and they're still up. It was brought out, I think it's 25 now. It's brought out in 2023. So it's a few years old now, sort of 2.5 years old. Still a brilliant little camera. But they're not waterproof, they're a little bit dainty. So I do need to get myself an action cam. I sold my GoPro 9, my GoPro 10. Did I have a 13? I think I had a 13. No, I didn't have a 12. The speckly dotted one. So I've got no actual waterproof cameras at the moment. I've got a Sony ZV-10, which is larger. So there's interchangeable lenses on that camera. It's a bit of a larger camera, a bit bulky. I don't tend to not use that too much now. It's okay. I use it for more of a B-roll. I was watching a video before I came down here, and people still do use those cameras for vlogging on the like a mini tripod. I've got all that stuff, but I don't know. I saw one guy going doing this. And these little cameras are brilliant. You just turn the screen around, turn them off, put them in your pocket. I've got an extendable mount on it, extendable battery. I've got a little mount on the bottom of it, an Arca Swiss mount. If you know anything about cameras, the Arca Swiss mount. So I've got that, a new head on this tripod, a head on the other tripod. Slide them on and lock them down. And I can also put a little mini tripod on that if I want to go out and about and do some vlogging around the village or down the pubs or breweries or brewery tours, whatever. I'll do a little camera. I think I took this one on the cruise with me. I think I took this. What did I take to America? I think I took a GoPro, but that kept overheating and that. Anyway, so I'm down to 2 cameras now, but I do need to look into getting another camera back. Excuse me. I'm looking at getting the because I've got the DJI here that I'm using, and I'm using a DJI drone. I quite like the DJI menu system, so I'm thinking about getting now the DJI. Is it the Action, Osmo Action? The 4 or the 5? I think the 4 is the older one, a bit cheaper. I might get one of them soon for the fishing trips and stuff like that. So I can throw in my bag and it falls in the water or in the mud. You're not too bothered about it, you can wash it down. This little dainty thing is dainty. So mouthful. Still got this poxy bit of a cold and cough, I think. Months and months. Have I got product? And also, apparently they've altered the... I think I've got product. Yeah, look. That's cool, look. It should focus on that. It's focusing. Why is it focusing? It's focusing on that face. Behind the George Michael face. Look, come here. That's cool. So if I go like that... So you can't see what I can see. It's got a little green... Wow. So I go like that. Alright, it's focusing on that. And I go like that. Now it's focusing on George Michael. That's focusing back on me now. They've altered the... there's a firmware update the other day. They actually sort of denied it. I complained when I first got this camera. To be fair to DJI, they do go on the forums, the Facebook groups, and the DJI people were on there. I did mention about the breathing, the focus, I think it's called focus breathing. So when you focus on one object to another, it hunts about and breathes in and out a bit. It wasn't good. I think they've sped it up now. There's an option on it now that you can switch. It smooths out the focus breathing on and off. I switched it on now, so hopefully it should be a lot better. Anyway, so I'm just getting used to some new... What my point is, it's an old camera, brought out in 2023, I do believe, and they brought out an update the other day, March 2025, beginning of March 2025. So yeah, I do like DJI. So the reason is now I might be going on to a DJI Osmo Action is because the menu system, from what I've seen, is pretty similar to the menu system on this. It's nice to just learn one menu system. So I've got the tripod now here. I've got the new mount in the middle, which cost me 30 quid because the other one disappeared somewhere along the line. So I've got a tripod here. It's going to stay down here now. Tripod upstairs in the spare room with my printer. And tripod up in the loft, which I'll probably sell. It's a bit big, lumpy Manfrotto one, worth a few quid, I think. But it's a proper for landscape photographers, really, with big lenses. But I'm not into all that anymore. I just wanted to pop down, load up a beer, say hello to a few people. My mate Andy, Groomy, Reedy, and Smithy. Smithy! Now, TV, before I go back indoors and watch TV, I'm a bit knackered actually, but I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. It's Thursday today, but what I'm going to say to you now is that you don't see me at the weekend. I've got a couple of videos coming out on the weekend. One's just like an unboxing, and I've got to do a few bits of printing stuff, so I might do a few 3D printing bits and bobs as well. And I've lost my train of thought now. Completely lost my train of thought. That's getting old. Got a couple of videos coming out on the weekend. Yes, lost my train of thought. Have a nice weekend. Sometimes I shoot in and do a quick video on a Friday before I go down the pub. Sadly, I've gone back to going down the pub on a regular basis, but I think next week the rugby, England are playing rugby, so I think I'm around a friend of mine's pub at Shed Garden Bar. He's a Dunster House one. I'll link to the videos of us building that there and the progress of that. It's all sort of finished now. Hopefully, I'll remind him tomorrow, get some kegs of beer for his perfect draft machine. Yeah, we're going to watch the rugby round there. So I'll take the camera with me. I'll do a little vlog round there, I think, watching the rugby. You should have the telly up by now. It's got a telly, I think. It's got to be put on the wall, the brackets and that. So that'd be cool. So that'd be a video coming up. And I've got one unboxing. A company sent me a bit like this actually, a wireless mic setup. It's a dual wireless mic and a little charging case. It's similar to the DJI mic, the twin mic setup you can buy if you know anything about that. They've copied it basically. It's a charging case with two mics in it. Or who's copied whoever, I don't know. But it's a similar setup to that. That looks pretty cool. And I'll be able to use that with my Sony ZV-E10, I think. Because I've got a Rode mic, I think, with that. I can't remember what I got with that now, but an external mic with it. But this one is a wireless one. But as I say, the camera I've got now, the Osmo Pocket 3, which I'm using right now, the Creator Combo came with an extra battery pack at the bottom of it, and it came with this little thing, which is brilliant. So that's the beer loaded up. It's cooling down. Those beer handles are selling quite well, by the way. If you've got a perfect draft machine, I'll do them for the older machine, the push fit ones, and I'll do them for the Pro, the screen ones. I did put some bits on TikTok earlier. I'm not a massive fan, but I will put a link to my TikTok page, I think, and my Instagram. I should tidy it all up and do it in one format, the Life of John sort of page, really. Similar to eBay. So I'm selling stuff on eBay, selling stuff on Etsy. I've got my Life of John Facebook group, Etsy page, eBay page, Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. I'll put all the links below, but I should try and rename them all and make them all consistent. You got to watch some other channels. I'm into James Sinclair at the moment. I mentioned that before. James Sinclair, a local lad in Essex, a businessman. I watched a good video today, sort of one of his first podcasts, when he interviewed Mark Tidbury. He's quite well known now. He's got quite a few million subscribers. He's only been going a couple of years. He's an older guy, grey hair. You might have seen him about. He bought set up a model shop years ago, and he creates and makes his own aeroplanes and RC models, rudder control models, and I think he makes them. He gets them made outside. So as James does his teddy bears. They get made in China and places that import them. They say they manufacture stuff. They are manufacturing, but they haven't actually got the manufacturing facilities in the UK, I don't think. But James Sinclair does Rossi Ice Cream, Marsh Farm, where I was at the other day. Quick story about that. And yeah, it's quite... I quite like the geezer. He's only 30-odd years old, this geezer. He's Essex, and he's got a load of businesses. He's doing well. Good podcast if you want to watch it. Him interviewing this Mark guy. He's a few years old now, just after COVID. And good little podcast. I was watching that today. James Sinclair, wasn't feeling great, actually, Sunday. I went out for a few beers Friday last week. My mate's birthday Friday, so we had some more beers. I know what my brother-in-law, Frankie Boy's like. He knows what I'm like. Johnny boy, come around my house early before we go up to the curry house. We had a curry house booked for, I think, 11 of us. I think I mentioned this in my last little chat. So we sort of met around his house. We had about 3 or 4 beers before we went around. Big bottles of beer. 3 or 4 bottles of beer before we even got to the curry house. Curry, beers, are back to his. The rest, I've forgotten the rest. Next day, family times, took the grandson to Marsh Farm. I felt a bit under weather later on in the day. James Sinclair, if you're watching this, I do apologise. Not that he's watching this, I don't suppose. But we went to Marsh Farm. It's fantastic. They got this new dinosaur place there, blah, blah, blah. And I must admit, it was a Sunday and I was a bit inundated in the cafe area. We went to the cafe area to get I told my grandson it's a dirty burger. That was funny. I had a dirty burger. My grandson said to me, Grandad, are you having a dirty burger? I said, yeah, I'm having a dirty burger. It was funny because we had they do some lovely fries here. Big box of fries, actually, which was one of the better things for the money. I know the guy's trying to make some money, like a profit. You got to make a profit. My grandson had one little dirty little mangy chip. Grandad, you want this dirty chip? Did make me laugh. But I felt a bit embarrassed, really, because my missus was having a little bit of a moan up because you couldn't get anywhere to sit. And where there was places to sit, it was covered in food and crap from people that just stormed off before. James Sinclair, if you're watching this, I wonder if you should encourage customers to clear their own tables, a bit like McDonald's. If you put the food on trays and you had bins nearby, that's an idea, actually. I might message him and tell him that, a bit like McDonald's, because you don't get many dirty tables in McDonald's. So if you gave their food to them on trays and you had bins for recycling, then I wonder if customers will get up and put the rubbish in the bins themselves as per McDonald's. Let's be fair, McDonald's and all those places do it. I'm not sure about KFC and that, but those places like McDonald's do it. And most customers in McDonald's, you don't pay any extra, you don't get any money back or anything, but most people do in McDonald's get up with a tray and clear their own trays and put their own rubbish in the bin and then put the tray on top. And it's not like you get paid to do that, you just do it as courtesy. The reason I'm saying that, we went to his cafe and we sort of, the only two tables were empty because it was busy. The only two tables that were empty were covered in people's leftover food, dinner plates and crap, and there's all crap on the floor. So my daughter, bless her, had to clean it up herself and move it to another table. We did ask it to be cleaned twice, and by the time we just got it cleaned ourselves before the food turned up. What we didn't want is for the food to turn up, and we're sitting looking at staring up people's crappy food, leftovers and that. Especially when you've got young children, because it's designed for young children. So we've got my grandson's 4, granddaughter's 2 months, and you don't really want them touching dirty old food plates. And then they come up with the knives and forks, and just in the sunlight, I know they're probably clean, they've come out of the dishwasher, but if you don't change the salt enough in the dishwasher, the knives looked a bit dirtyish. They probably weren't dirty, they had these like stains on them. Maybe in the old, I don't know, but we both had a little moan about it, and I actually went on James, I feel bad now. Well, I don't feel bad. I went on James Sinclair's private Facebook group. He's got a couple of Facebook pages. I found him on Facebook. I said, I'm not having this, because he gives it a lot of that in his podcasts and chats about businesses and being on hand. I thought, I'm not having this. I'll message him privately. So I went on Facebook and I privately messaged him about the mess. And I said, maybe you should spend some more time in your own business and do some spot checks instead of, talking the talk. They cleared the table, brought the food out. Next minute, my missus told me, someone told me, I said, bloody hell, look, it's James Sinclair walked in with a builder. Looking at doing I overheard him saying about doing some new windows or something. I'm like, no, I actually sort of like, shit, I wonder if he's coming to see me. He wouldn't know who I was, but... So, hats off to James, because he did actually pop in. I think he's got an office there, or he lives nearby or whatever. He must have been on site. I don't think he read my message. It was delivered, so maybe he did read it. Maybe he popped in with a builder who's going that way anyway. Because I must admit, the staff sort of stood to attention, so it's quite funny. But he came in, decent down-to-earth geezer, never spoke to me, obviously, he didn't know me from Adam. But, I thought, oh shit, he's come in. Maybe he's read my messages, and I'm like, shit, I hope he don't recognise me. He looks at my profile, my Facebook page, goes, oh, that's the money I'll get. But I'll say it how it is. He obviously wants to run a decent business, so I'm sure the feedback's welcome. So James Sinclair, I'll tag you in this, and if you do watch the end of this, if you get this far, and I haven't bored you too much, maybe do some trays or something. I don't know. Maybe put the kids' food in some like Mackie D type boxes. I know my grandson's got a load of allergies, but it's just as he's got older, he has tests, and he's starting to be able to eat more and more foods now, and he actually can have, for all his sins, we should be celebrating. But he can actually eat Happy Meals now, and he loves. These kids love eating Happy Meals out of his little cartons and little tubs, so maybe that's something you've got to think about, mate. Little idea for you there, son. Then your staff haven't got to rush around like blue-eyes flies, clearing tables and getting people like me moaning. because hopefully people clear their own tables. Because when you go to this place like Mackie D's, if you leave your table in a mess, you sort of almost get frowned upon by the other customers. Right. Talking too much, dry throat, no heating on. Yeah, so that's a good idea there, mate. I've come up with a brilliant idea. Try and get the customers to clear their own stuff. They might be clear the tables then. And then people tend to, there's a sort of like an unwritten rule that you sort of clear your own table. And it works in other fast food restaurants. I know yours is not fast food now. But having said all that, the dirty burger was quite nice. It's cured me, made me feel better. The fries were lovely. I love the old Mackie D fries. KFC, if you're watching, your fries are shite. Well, whatever you do nowadays. But I like KFC in the old days when you had KFC and fries. KFC is lovely. The fries, in my eyes, have gone down a pound. Don't like them. But they need to be told. Gives James his due. It's turned up in his own business. So he's about, and whether it's my message or not, the staff suddenly turn attention. And also they're all running around and doing a little bit. And they've run out of popcorn. Salty popcorn or whatever it was. Anyway, but we did have some other popcorn. And it was a great bleeding day. Marsh Farm, if you're in the area, I think it owns Lee Valley or something, whatever that is, another farm place. But Marsh Farm in Essex, South Woodham or South Woodham Ferrers in Essex. Lovely place to visit. Quite a cheapish day out, actually, because once you're in there, there's llamas, cows, pigs, animals, and there's a cafeteria there. Bouncy ball things outside. There's little rides you can go on for free for the kids. There's petting areas, and there's a massive dinosaur park now. It's all free, so once you pay to get in, the big dinosaur area is really good. The educational dinosaur area is fantastic. The kids can walk around that. Even I learned something there about the different Jurassic periods and stuff. Really good place to visit, actually. So it's done well. So I don't want to knock him too much because you got to support these businesses. Without that, it'd be just another bleeding housing estate, which we don't want. Happy days, people. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend, and I might see you soon. Hi to all my old work colleagues. Love you and leave you. Bye-bye.